Merry Christmas, it's Lisa Christensen here. I'm here to do a short tutorial on this wonderful car scene Christmas card. I love it because you can really do a lot of cards pretty simply and without a lot of materials. I will be using the Tombow green marker 177 and the Tombow brown 879 marker for this stamp, and then I'll just show you kind of how I did it. This stamp is from Blue Knight Rubber Stamps, and it's an old car. I think this would look really pretty even, and it does look really pretty, just black and white, and then you just color a little bit. Or you could do a gray and then color in the green trees a little bit. And that would look really pretty too. So let's get started. Let me show you. All right, so I have my stamp right here on my Misty. You are going to need a Misty for this. I wish there was another way, but there isn't. Anyway, so you are going to want your Misty for this. And I'll just kind of show you what I did. It doesn't take a whole lot. I am doing it in like stages. I'm using the Tombow marker, is a water soluble marker, and I like to spritz it just a tiny bit with some water. Let me start, and then I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's the car. You can see it. Yep. This time of year is just so much fun. My kids are loving. We got an elf on the shelf. Santa brought it right after Thanksgiving, and they are just loving all the little things that it's doing. And today, I think Trudy, we named it Trudy. I think Trudy's gonna have a note after school saying, "Clean your room before." Oh, the weekend gets away, and we just get busy, and then I forget. Hey, we need our room cleaned up. So maybe they'll listen to the elf instead of me. We'll see what happens, huh? So I'm just coloring the stamp. It's kind of fun, very therapeutic. Now you could just color the stamp and be done and go on to your next card. I actually am going to show you, if you want to take it the next step further, which is what I did. I heat emboss it with clear embossing powder so then I can watercolor it. And that brown, I'm going to do this one real quick. I'm just going over with the card one more time. I don't think the card looks as good as it could be. And then again, I'm going to spritz it with a spray bottle. This is where the magic comes. And I'm going to hold it down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can't rush art. There we go. That looks beautiful. Okay, so once you get this colored, I'll turn it around so you guys can see a little bit better. There you go. Isn't that gorgeous? So now once you get this colored, if you want to just leave it the way it is, you could put like a Merry Christmas down here like I did right here. But then I actually went in and watercolored this part. And you could use colored pencils if you'd rather not mess with watercolor. But because I watercolored it, I didn't want the lines to get all messy. So I stamped the stamp with clear embossing ink, and then I just used clear embossing powder. So then it looked like it's just clear. And I'm not going to show you how to emboss it, but that's how you do that part. And now you can go in and color it. I might actually leave this one right here the way it is and just stamp on it Merry Christmas. And I think that'll work well. The paper I'm using is Strathmore mixed media paper, and I get a 9 by 12 pack, and then I just cut it down to size. So this is 4 by 5 1/4, if you're wondering what size it is. And I'll put that in the description. So if you didn't want to watercolor it, you could just stamp the image with your favorite Christmas sentiment. I like this font because it works really well for this card. There you go. So then I have the Merry Christmas sentiment right there. And you could just make it look really nice just like this. You don't have to color it, but you know me and I love watercolor, so let's watercolor this panel. All right. Let's move the Misty out of the way. For the watercolor, I'm making it really simple. I'm not messing, I'm not doing a whole lot to it. It doesn't need a whole lot, but I'm gonna use some Starry Colors from Kuretake. And then I'm using Dana Weekly's Scribble Sticks again, because they really do work. They work well for this. So I'm going to start with the trail, and then I'll show you how I like to paint a really simple sky that just works beautiful. All right. And I want the white to show up, so I am paying a very close attention to where. And by the way, I already heat embossed this, so I can go over with my paintbrush and it's not gonna matter too much. And wherever you want. This mixed media paper is my favorite. I just love how the pigment moves on this paper. It just makes me happy. I'm just dotting in some to make it look, I don't know, to give it more contrast for the car. And then that way it'll just look more like a dirt road. There. And I saw that I kind of got out of the lines. If you're new to watercoloring, you're going to want to heat a clear emboss this because the lines, it's raised, and so the water kind of stays where it should be, which is kind of nice. That's the nice thing. Okay, so we got the trail done. Now, like I said, this is a very minimal supplies, which is what I like. I'm taking this red gold right here, and I'm gonna just color I'm painting the car, and I'm really just kind of dabbing it in. I'm letting the watercolor do most of it. You don't have to. I think it looks pretty without this red gold color. I don't think it needs it, but I think it does add to the card when you paint it. And I'm going to leave the wheels white and this right here white because I was looking online and I don't know what this is, but they're white, so I'm going to leave it white. All right, and now for the hills. I'm just doing a white gold right here. You can use any white iridescent. I just decided to choose, since I have the Starry Colors, that's what I'm using. I start with the top of the hills first. And then I'm going to take like a clean brush. And then I'm just going to let the water kind of move it. You're not really going to notice much of a difference, but my thing is I don't think it needs super, super glistening snow. Just a little bit, just a touch will do, you know? And so that's why I did that. All right, now let's do the sky. The sky is super fun. This is my favorite part. I love skies. It's like, I can never get enough. So again, you're going to need a lot of, this is a Scribble Stick Sky. It's called Sky. So great name for it, huh? Oh yes, and I don't know, I could watercolor stamp images all day long and never get tired. And I like these cards because they're so easy to make, to reproduce. You can, now I know that color looks really bright. I'm gonna just take a clean damp brush and I'm gonna kind of smooth out the color a little bit. When you're looking at the horizon, it's always bluer at the top and lighter at the bottom. So there's that. Now I'm going to take this night blue. It's a much darker blue. And because it's still wet, I can dab in some blue and make it look like clouds. And I don't want to overdo it, just a little bit will do. But you can kind of get the idea. And now I'm just smoothing it out because I really don't want lines too much. I want it to look just like that almost. There we go. And there is your blue sky. I'll put it up a little bit. You can kind of see it. It's pretty. All right, so now I would walk away from it, let it dry. And then when you're done, you can put this onto your card base and you got this really pretty card. And what, it took me all of 10 minutes. So there you go. Fun, easy, fast Christmas card. I love those. The lines, the stamp does most of the work, and that's what I love. And then you can really use your own creativity to paint like the sky and the and just everything. It's just a fun. It's very therapeutic for me. So I hope this gives you some peace. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and it's filled with lots of laughter and joy. I know my house is going to be full of just fun times. My children are super looking forward to Christmas and for Santa to come. So I hope you can have that magic in your life during Christmas. And from Blues Night Stamps and from me, Merry Christmas.